Hey everyone, it's April. How are you doing today? So I wanted to do a nice little flow for those of you who might do athletic competitions or just a hard, heavy workout. So I'm going to go through some stretches that kind of cover the whole body, and it'll be a short sequence today. Let's go ahead and start in a short meditation. If you don't feel called to do a meditation today, you can go ahead and skip through this part. It'll be a couple minutes. All right, so getting started, we will place our hands either on our knees, you can have them up or down, or in the lap. So however you feel comfortable today. Taking a deep inhale here. Relaxing the breath and the mind. Maybe this position is a little uncomfortable for you. Aiming to press through the sit bones as you lengthen the spine. Hopefully that starts to feel a little better. As you lengthen the spine, use a little bit of muscle to press into those bones as you lengthen the crown towards the sky. Pull the shoulders back and down. And today we'll cover the root chakra. So a really simple affirmation if you would like to. The earth supports me. The earth supports me. And if you start to round your upper back, relaxing that back, remember to press through the bones as you lengthen and lift. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. All right, coming back. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and get started with our first pose. So that will be a Badakanasana or bound angle pose. Feet come together to kiss. Knees go out. So maybe your knees are kind of up here because you're kind of tight in the hip flexors and in the inner thighs. That is fine. Just allow them to rest towards the ground. So it might feel a little funky, you might feel a little tight here, and that's fine. We're going to start with actually a little calf massage. So if your calves are sore from doing some extra jumping, let's go ahead and just start massaging. Maybe we do one. Getting a nice little ringing action here. Taking care of the body. All the way to the Achilles. And then the other. and then both. All right, now taking your hands to your ankles, go ahead and pull those elbows forward towards the front of the shins and reach that heart forward. So if we're like this with our back rounded, let's go ahead and pull the shoulders away from the ears, pull the chest open, then place the hands. So this is where we are. If we don't move very far, that's fine. You can also put a block under your hips and it'll actually help you to hinge forward a little more. So it's a little bit more of a support because it's at an angle. So reaching forward. And if this is where we are today, this is where we are. Or maybe we reach a little further if we can keep our back straight. So again, pulling that chest open will be an indicator of if your back is staying straight or not. Breathe here. Getting those lower back muscles stretched out, the hips, the back of the hips. Let's take one more breath. Exhale. All right, coming back up. We'll go ahead and come onto our hands and knees. Now sending the knees as wide as your yoga mat. Toes will touch. Go ahead and sit on your heels and then bring the arms forward. Forehead kisses the ground. Wide leg child's pose. Really getting into those hips and the lower back. Maybe a little bit in the inner thigh. Try to press those hips towards the heels, so push into the ground with the hands, pushing you back. See how that feels. And then maybe reaching the heart a little more towards the ground. You might feel this in your lats, in the armpit chest area a little bit, but mostly in the back where the scapulas are. Let's take one more breath. And look forward. Go ahead and walk the hands back into a kneeling position. Bring the knees in. Now coming forward, let's tuck our toes. Get them nice and next to each other, knees next to each other, toes are tucked. And then begin to sit back. This is an intense toe stretch. It will be intense, so if you're a little more here and this is all you can handle, then that is where you are. But maybe you have your hands on your thighs and you're sitting on your heels. Breathe here. Let's go ahead and lift the arms up to the sky. Take each elbow in each hand, pull the chest open and breathe. Reach over to the right. Reach over to the left. Arms back up, inhale. Open to the right. Inhale up. Open to the left. Inhale back up. Lower the palms. Slowly untuck the toes. Go ahead and press them into the mat gently, and then toe taps, working it out. Might be a little intense for you. All right, now bringing the feet back, the hips to come to the heels. We'll go ahead and reach back behind us, planting the palms. Let the knees start to come off of the mat a little bit. So we're getting a nice stretch here in the front of the ankle. If this is too intense, maybe you stay down with your knees. I know some people have a hard time with pointing the toes and really getting that joint straight in the extension versus flexion. Breathe. And if you'd like a little challenge today, maybe you bring your hands to your heart and then you begin to lean back. But if you had just done a competition, you might not want to do that today. Breathe. And then coming back forward, go ahead and come onto hands and knees. Bring the right foot in between the hands. Coming into our low lunge here, maybe fixing that back knee if it's not far enough open. Always make sure that this knee is directly over the ankle. We'll go ahead and lift the arms up. Open the chest, again, taking each elbow, getting a nice little stretch in the abdomen here. And let's take one more breath. And then framing the foot. Let's go ahead and straighten the front leg. If you need some blocks or props here, because you're really rounding and you're not pulling that chest open, let's go ahead and put some props here. Maybe like some big books or some pillows. Or you can just reach the hands back if you want to try it a little active. Pulling that right hip crease back, pulling the toes towards the face. See how they're pointing towards my face? This will require a little core, so if you don't want to do this and you want more supported, again, make sure that chest is open. One more breath. Coming back through, bring the knee back to meet the other, and we'll find lunge on the other side. So left foot in between the hands, maybe walk that back knee a little more back and then untuck the toes. Arms lift up. Take each elbow, open the heart, open the abs, little back bend here, looking up. One more breath. Maybe bend a little deeper in that front knee, feel it in the hip flexor. And then go ahead and frame the foot or frame the leg, straighten that front leg. Again, pulling that chest back and open. So if you want to fly it back, keeping it active, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you're here, you're folding. Maybe you're at this level and you're just a little bit rounded, but the chest is still open. Toes pull back, hip pulls back gently. And then coming on forward, finding your tabletop, but then lowering to the belly immediately. Plant the hands in front of you right at the top of your mat. So you shouldn't be hanging over your mat. So just make sure they're here. Your elbows are under your shoulders, and then you press into the ground, getting a little back bend action here in what they call seal pose. This is a yin yoga pose. Keep on breathing. If you did some ab work, some sit-ups, GHDs, what have you, any type of core work, this is probably going to feel pretty good right now. I know it feels good to me. I just did a CrossFit competition yesterday, so this is where it's at. Take one more breath, release the glutes. Open the mouth, exhale. All right, coming down to the elbows into that Sphinx pose. This is just a transition, but let's go ahead and tuck the chin to the chest. Press the elbows away, let the abs lift off of the mat. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin in the gaze. Look as far up as you can unless you have neck issues. Exhale, press away. Chin to the chest, lift the abs. Exhale, press them back into the mat, lift the gaze. Last one. Exhale, round chin to the chest. Inhale, open and lift. All right, so taking that left arm, crossing towards the right hand, bend the right knee and reach for the inside of the foot. So we really just swim that hand back, palm is open, and reach for the inside. Go ahead and pull it in. If you can flip your grip, point the fingers towards the ankle and then the palm towards the toes. You see how I'm pressing down here? And then lift that elbow high. This will be a shoulder opener as well as a quad stretch. Press into that front elbow to keep that back bend going. And then press down, foot towards the outside of your thigh or the outside of your hip. Breathe here, looking forward. Keep on pressing in that front elbow. Let's take one more breath. Go ahead and release slowly. Bring the arm back. Cross that right arm towards the left. So it's going diagonal. Bend in the left knee. Reach, again, open the palm. Reach for the inside of the foot. And then if you can, flip the grip so that the palm is on the toes and the fingers are on the ankle. Press through that front arm and then press down on that back foot, lifting that elbow high if you can. Getting a nice little shoulder stretch here. If you did some push-ups or any type of bench press, you might really love this right now. Keep on pressing to that front arm and look forward. Press the back foot towards the outside of the hip. One more breath. Inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. All right, bringing it back, let it lower down. Palms go down, underneath the shoulders, elbows squeezed in. Press up into a cobra or baby cobra. Elbows stay bent in cobra and your pelvis is on the ground. Tops of the feet are actively pressing. Release the glutes. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. Remember, keep the elbows tight to the body. So if they're flying out, squeeze them in. Press up, inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Go ahead and come into your tabletop position. Swing the legs around to the side and then bring the legs in front of you. Extend them long. If you have flesh on the bum, go ahead and remove it off to each side so you can feel those sit bones really ground you. Well, inhale, arms go up. Exhale, start to lean forward. A lot of people's arms go like this as you lean forward. Keep your arms next to your ears. Lean forward, chest is forward. And then we can lower the arms. Pull the chest a little more forward. Should feel it in your lower back here. If you're really rounding here, really maybe try to stay here, okay? Or block under the hips, or even block under the knees, or a pillow or blanket. All right, now coming forward, we'll start to round and relax. Flip the palms open. This will enable you to really let gravity do its work. You can release the toes, they don't have to be active. Really let that chin come to the chest. Notice how far gravity can take you the longer you sit in stillness. Again, maybe you're on a block. Maybe you have something under your knees. Just make it comfortable. Inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. Turn the palms down. Go ahead and slowly roll up the spine. Let the hands drag along your yoga mat as you do. Unravel the spine. Open the chest. Lift the chin. Take a breath. Exhale. All right. Now coming onto our backs. We're almost there. Let's go ahead and bring the elbows next to the body, plant the palms, and then walk them underneath each glute. So you might have to bend your knees for this. Palms face down, bring the elbows in a little bit. You see how I'm like squeezing them in underneath me? Now straighten the legs, point the toes, begin to press into the elbows, lift the gaze to look at your feet. A little bit of strength here. Go ahead and press into those elbows as you open the heart. Bring the chin up and back as the back of the head gently comes to the mat. So not a lot of weight in the head, mostly it's in the elbows here. Nice little back bend. And also for the cervical spine, fish pose, Matsyendrasana. Breathe here. Deep breaths. Let's take one more. Remember, hardly any weight in your head. Now press through the elbows, lift the head, tuck the chin, let it come down. So back of the head down. We bend in those knees again. And then lift to release. Feet come together, knees come out. For our bound angle, one more time, but reclined now. Supta Badakanasana, reclined bound angle. Allow gravity to take your knees towards the ground. If your knees are way up here, maybe you want some props underneath, like some pillows. Just make sure they're even. Otherwise, we're relaxing here. You can always bring the feet a little closer or a little further away from the hips, as long as it feels nice and juicy, a little bit of stretch, but no pain. Breathe here. Maybe a slight tuck to the chin. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. All right, so we'll be moving into Shavasana. If you're really feeling this pose, feel free to stay in this pose. We'll be in Shavasana for about a minute, so it'll be another minute. And at any point, if you feel called to transition into Shavasana, go ahead and do so. So otherwise, we will extend one leg to one corner of the mat and the other leg to the other corner. Palms come slightly out from the hips, facing up. Just letting the breath relax, letting the body feel the weight of gravity, feeling the earth holding you to its surface. The earth supports me. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale out all the breath. Exhale, 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 exhale till there's nothing left. And then inhale into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Hold at the top, retain for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. And then waking up the body, go ahead and bring the hands to the backs of the knees. Rock up. All right. Thank you all so very much. Hopefully this really worked out for you and you enjoyed the flow. And let me know in the comments how it went and if you like this flow and you'd like more. All right, so we'll bring our hands together at the heart and bow to one another. Thank you all so very much. Namaste, and please let me know how it went. Like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.